to my channel, where I will be reviewing a sample of issue 1s that have come out this week. It's been an expensive week for me with first issues. I picked up 12 comics today, not all issue 1s, a lot of recurring stories of which I have become addicted to whilst reviewing the issue 1s. But yes, it was an expensive week for me, but I think I have selected a healthy choice to review this week. So let's go! Tomorrow's by Dark Horse Comics. It's an issue 1 of a mini-series consisting of 6 issues, written by Curt Pires and the art is done by Jason Copland. It's the future and art is now illegal. Everyone lives in fear under the reign of the corporation, and the only hope is the tomorrows who can save them. Pros! It's a great concept. It's not completely original, but a good concept nonetheless. The pace of the storyline is explosive from the very first page, kicking straight into the action and the heart of the story. And by the end of the comic, you are addicted and you need to know what else happens. Cons. Art is a little bit too bland for my liking. Sometimes the characters just look like colourful shapes sometimes, and the other times it just is a little too bland for my taste. However, I am critiquing the art in a comic book where the story is about the prohibition of art and self-expression, so I do feel pretty petty critiquing this particular comic. However, there is also an interesting factor to this comic. Every issue is going to be drawn by a different artist, so the fact that I don't like the art this week doesn't mean I'm not going to like it next week. Negative Space by Dark Horse Comics, written by Lindsay and the art and cover art done by Owen Gieni. When one man's writer's block gets in the way of his own suicide note, he goes for a walk to clear his mind, and soon uncovers a century-old conspiracy dedicated to creating and mining the worst lows of human depression. Pros! I loved this concept. It's very matrixy in the sense that you don't really have control of what's going on in your life. You think your life is as your life, but it isn't. That didn't make sense. You know what I mean. I was worried that this could be too sensitive for me, as the fact that I am a suicide survivor, and also that I've personally had battles with depression in my past. But it was beautifully done and wasn't offensive at all. I just love this story. It's a sad story, but a touching one. It's written so perfectly and so beautifully that you end up loving the protagonist, and he hasn't really done much in this comic. The story flows in a perfectly addictive way. By the end of this comic, you need to know what's going on. The protagonist isn't even really the main part of the story, but you are rooting for him by the end and you just love him. Cons. It gets a little confusing in places. It picks up the pace perfectly, you know exactly what's going on, but then every now and again it does get a little messy, but not too messy, and you quickly catch up on yourself on what's going on. My biggest con for this comic, as much as I loved the storyline, is the adverts. It's not usually like Dark Horse Comics to be full of adverts, but this one was a particularly bad one. Every other page was advertising either comics that came out months ago, maybe the graphic novel version of it, I'm not sure, but there were too many adverts, it was distracting and it upset me. Bad form, Dark Horse. Da, 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 da. And this week, my pick of the week, and I never thought I'd say this, is Archie by Archie Comics. Written by Waid and the art is done by Fiona Staples. This is cover A, which is also done by Fiona Staples, but there is a lot of variants out, all done by different artists, and they are all as beautiful as this one. Change is coming to Riverdale in this can't miss first issue of the new ongoing series, Archie. Kicking off with drama, school dances, and promises of big changes coming to the town, you are addicted by the time you've read the first page. Pros! Waid has written an incredibly addictive comic, showing that over 75 years, teenagers still have not changed. The plot is not original, yet it's so fun, entertaining and addictive. It's light-hearted, it's fun, and it's simply a must-read. Fiona Staples, who is an artist for one of my favourite comics of all time, Saga, has always had my heart. I was originally under the impression that the Fiona Staples art was only a cover art variant, not that it would be on the inside. When I got to the comic shop today and I saw that it was completely Fiona inside, I did a little girly scream internally, not out scaring everyone in the shop. But yes, so I internally screamed, ran off, purchased the comics, and had to read them all. And this was hands down just the best read. It was perfect. The art is just my art. It's I love it. The problem is, the more I love something, the harder it is for me to articulate why I love it, because I just get all squishy and I just love it and I just need to shout, Fiona, good work, good art. Okay, I've calmed down now, I'm sorry. Also, for anyone who loves Archie, or is interested in getting into Archie, because I haven't read that much of him, so I'm very naive to him and all the characters around him. There is on the back of the comic the first ever story of Archie, so that's really interesting to read and see how instantly they had this hit, how very little he's changed because the character that was created was perfect in itself. It was really interesting. Cons. There are none! It's amazing! This comic is perfection and you all need to go and read it now. Okay, so that was it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have you read any of these comics yet? Have I sold any of the comics to you? Let me know. Comment below. As always, I love talking about comics, and when you comment, it makes my day. Also, if you haven't already and you like my content, please subscribe. That also makes my day. Also, must apologise that after editing, if my phone is still going off in the background, I'm so sorry. A bunch of my friends from Bay TV are going to see Ant-Man early tonight, and I can't go because it's Wednesday, it's comic book day, and I've got too much to film and edit. So sacrifices must be made, and I have to listen to them beeping on my phone, organising what time they're heading off and meeting and whatnot. I'm fine with it, not jealous at all. But yeah, so thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye! Change is coming to Riverdale in this can't miss kick-off to Archie's new ongoing series. In this can't miss. Change is coming to Riverdale in this in this can't miss action-packed kick-off to this brand new series. Change is coming to Riverdale in this can't miss kick-off to Archie's new ongoing series. Change is coming to Riverdale in this can't miss kick-off to Archie's new ongoing series. I was